Hello everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. So it's been quite a bit and we recorded our podcast that I was working on and it was 23 minutes long and it needed to be 10 minutes, so we have to cut a lot of it down. And so I have to do that, later fix the script. And then I also, right now, I'm working on my math homework that is due by tomorrow. And hopefully it shouldn't take me too long. And then I know for my class later today, I have my leadership presentation where I just talk about my findings from my essay. So I'll share that along with you guys later today. I just got done with my math homework and now I'm going to try to cut down the script. So I just got finished shortening the script. Didn't take as long as I thought it would. And so in a few more minutes, I have my presentation for my leadership class to discuss my findings from my project. So I'll show you guys my slides. So for my paper, I analyzed the University of Alabama's recent reopening in the fall. Basically, I decided to choose this because this school had so many cases and they were ranked number 1 for most COVID related university cases. And so I thought this was interesting and I wanted to analyze the leadership. So when looking at my paper, I broke it down into 2 main leadership lenses: mobilizing the group and group processes. So for mobilizing the group, the biggest adaptive challenge there was trying to maintain normalcy and safety for both students and staff when they return while COVID is going around. However, this was treated like a technical challenge because the President Bell and his advisory committee created a wonderful reopening plan that basically stated out testing policies. Students had to receive a negative test to come back on campus, and they were going to do random testing to notify potential outbreaks and things like that. But however, disequilibrium occurred when the students were not complying. So this showcases that it needs to be more than just a set of rules. It needs to be, shifting these values, shifting these behaviors, and different things like that. This school is a pretty big school, so it's hard to control so many students. And in terms of authority and dominant figures, there needed to be more dominant figures who basically reinforce the principles and the rules of the reopening plan. Before, they were giving a lot of fines for those who did not comply with the rules, but they shifted, the dominant figures also shifted when they were starting to suspend students. I know there was a case, I want to say in September, where they suspended over 400 students. So change was being made. And also, we had the provost, James Dalton, who was in charge of the politics department, and he basically told professors not to tell their classes if a student had tested positive that was in their class in order to maintain their sense of privacy. And so this was one way that he controlled the conflict. But overall, there need to be more dominant figures. And then when looking at it from group processes, the 8 steps of change, basically it was divided between the different steps. And so the school did a great job, creating a sense of urgency, creating this great reopening plan. I think that everyone can recognize that this is a serious time. And they somewhat created a team because the president had his advisory committee, create the reopening plan. And they understood for buy-ins when they gave more warnings instead of fines. And they also celebrated short-term wins when they loosened up policy when the cases were declining. In terms of what they lacked a change vision and strategy. They only had a reopening plan, and in that reopening plan it was just rules. It wasn't a set of values and changing beliefs. And then they didn't really empower others to act. A lot of students were caught not wearing masks, not distancing, going off campus in large groups, things like that. And it also took a long time for cases to start declining, and they failed to create this new culture of, safety and care and things like that. And so also looking at it from social groups, I guess the working group included, the president's advisory team making these guidelines and following statewide policy. The reference group, they could have looked up to similar universities that were large in size, but maybe had less cases to look up to. And also the culture of the campus body. This is a really large school, so it's really hard to, control so many people. 37,000 people go here. And, this is kind of more of a party school where they value their social time. And then in terms of group dynamics, when the school was able to enforce stricter policy on the rules, it led to changes of student behavior in the sense that they were more complying. And this led to cases going down and also, less stricter policies where students could meet in person in larger groups. So in conclusion, basically the school needed to treat this as an adaptive challenge rather than a technical one and really focus on shifting behaviors and attitudes and not just saying, here is the reopening plan and we expect you to follow it. And they also needed more dominant leaders to really enforce the rules. There are also many groups, and like I was saying, how it's really hard to control so many people. And also with group dynamics, it led to a positive change. So that is my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to have to present it to my class soon. So I just got done with my presentation, and I think it went well. Hopefully I'll get a good grade on that. I know for my paper I got 100, so that's good. And I have an A in the class, so hopefully this presentation will be okay. I'll still have an A. And so right now I'm going to be eating my dinner, just leftover meat from yesterday, and then my grandmother and I are going to go shopping, so that should be fun later, and of course I'll take you guys along. We are about to go shopping and look at the sunset. So right now I'm walking down to see the sunset right before we are going to go shopping. This is Tj Maxx. Got done with Tj Maxx. Nan got a little cleaning tool and there wasn't too much in there really, and now Nan's going to drive, even though it's dark and I said I could, but guess my driving scares her.
No, your driving was wonderful. I need to keep up my skills, and I haven't driven in how long?
So right now we are at Home Goods and we'll see if I see anything. Looking at these paintings, and doesn't seem like there is much here at the store. And Nan got a pillow. She's looking at this. There's hardly anything here much. A cool picture here. And I guess it includes these three. I like this. I really like this one. This one's kind of cool, but I don't really care for this one. I feel like this one is just too vigorous. Right now we are in Walmart and I'm going to get this little apple. It's a chocolate covered apple. It looks really good. So I guess I'll have to try it. Also, I'm going to get this chocolate chip edible cookie dough. I think what really sold me is the mini spoon. We're going to try some gingerbread edible cookie dough mix. So we just got done with Walmart and I want to show you guys our town and how they decorated. It's the crab pot tree, and it's all made of crab pots where they lighted it, and then there's a little duck on top. And then I'm so excited because this sign is lit up. Usually it's never lit when we drive by, but today it finally is. And then we have the little ducks with the garland. It's just so pretty. Then over there you have the red, white, and blue trees, and then over there's more lights. It's just so pretty. Just got home and unpacked all of our things, and I took my shower, and now I'm going to take some notes for my philosophy class and answer these questions, and I have to post them on a discussion board by tomorrow. So I always like to get them done the day before they're actually due, so I have that. So I'm going to be working on that now. So I just finished my assignment that is due tomorrow that I have to post, and it is midnight now, so I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 4.